Let's just go over a little headlines, and this is what we should expect for the next 3 to 4 years if Kamala gets presidency. So this is what's happened in the last few weeks, and it is trending this week based on the fact of the policies that we've had from Biden-Harris. Just reading these headlines. Oil tanker and merchant ship hit again in the Red Sea, meaning it's not gotten any better with the Houthi. Turkey formally joins BRICS. They want to join a different currency and move away from the American dollar. Not in Turkey, we have 2 Marines that were sabotaged and taken advantage of and made looking like fools as they were trying to almost get kidnapped and ransacked and ambushed. Is this what servicemen of America should be expecting? Russia updates nuclear weapons doctrine to allow them to open up more avenues for just in case they need them. Big Lots, Dollar General are just a few of the businesses that are struggling and now are going to start shutting down stores. Big Lots may not affect you, but do you see how many Dollar Generals are around you and how most people depend on those, especially in the rural areas? Now they're starting to shut down. And there were so many people saying, oh, this Venezuela, gang is not true. Raw Alerts just came out and said, guess what? Listen to the 911 calls as allegedly 32 more armed Venezuelans are taking over apartment buildings. Oh, guess what? This is in Chicago. So it is happening, and it's spreading to a city near you, just like we talked about. Now, today we're going to be talking about some of these stories and a few more, because this is the America that we should expect come for 24 to 28, especially if we have anything like we've had the last 3 or 4 years. Who's actually been president? Well, you've got Harris and Biden. And the question is, who's going to be president for the next 4 years? I hope it's Trump, because if we allow these people to lead us still for another 4 years, Harris and all the good jobs she's done, expect these stories to get worse. Let's talk about it today. Hey guys, welcome to The Max. Thank you so very much for being here today. If you are new to our channel, thank you so very much for coming by. We hope that you enjoy the content. If you do, give us a thumbs up. It does help us share our message across this platform. It costs nothing, but it means the world to me. So thank you so much, and I humbly ask you to do that. Also, if you like it, subscribe to the channel, because there is always something new coming out. And just like, for instance, I gave away a silver prepper bar from Genesis Gold just yesterday to one of our lucky subscribers. It costs nothing to subscribe. Just subscribe and you are entered into the giveaways each and every month. This month is going to be a giveaway from Modern Knee Survival and Vanish Holsters. We'll be talking about that throughout the month. Now let's talk about these stories. What to expect for the next 4 years if we allow this to keep going. That's what we had the last 4 years. Now first let's start talking about Turkey. Turkey now is wanting to join BRICS. Now BRICS is a growing entity, and a lot of people don't know what BRICS is. Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Basically, they are making a currency that now has about 50% of the world and the countries in the world, evolving and trying to basically crash the American dollar. Well, the reason that they're growing, and especially even growing amongst Mexico and Turkey, some of our biggest allies, because we look weak and we've had really destroyed our own dollar. Now, Turkey is wanting to join BRICS formally. They've been talking about it for a while, but now they're wanting to join BRICS formally. What that means is they are saying, we no longer trust Americans' dollar. We want to look at new forms of currency. And the people they're joining are the people who typically don't like us too much. Russia and China and all the players with them. Now, another thing happened in Turkey. 2 military guys were ambushed and basically bagged up and really taken advantage of in Turkey. These were 2 Marines. Now, first of all, you need to ask the question of course, why are we there? Second of all, if we can't have full respect of American servicemen across the world, what is our administration actually showing? Weakness? Because if we can see Americans being attacked across the world, remember, Hamas still has American hostages. While we're still having pro-Palestinian and pro-Hamas rallies here in America hostages are still being taken advantage of, and we're not doing anything about it. So that shows the weakness across the world. Now let's go again across the world. We have Russia that's doing some finagling with their nuclear doctrines. That's not to say they want to make it safer. They're wanting to make it more accessible if they see a need to maneuver that way. This is what we should be seeing in the world if all of a sudden we see another 4 years of Harris and the way that they've run everything. It's amazing that We're allowing her to say the move forward and how she's going to change everything forward. She's done nothing for the last 4 years other than cause more chaos. And that was just on the world stage. Now let's talk about America. There's something refreshing about having things that you own, that you tangibly can hold. Now, there's nothing wrong with retirements. There's nothing wrong with all the things that you put money up for, even banking. But isn't it nice to sit on your own land and feel your own feet on your own grass? Isn't it nice to have cash and hold it, gold and feel it? That's all good things. Now, this is not about trying to have tangible wealth. But when it comes to building up assets and having value in something, there's nothing better than land. Let our friends at Land of Land Inc. help you. They have auctions. They have a way that you can just turn around and be able to purchase land and not have a go-between. They save you tons of money by working directly with them. Not only that, you can close sometimes within even days of you finding the property of your dreams. If you're looking for hunting, fishing, if you're looking for extracurricular activities, maybe you're looking for the perfect homestead, farm, let Land of Land help you do that. There's nothing better than knowing you own this piece of property, feeling the grass between your toes, and knowing that, hey, no matter what goes on, this becomes a paradise to me. I love going on vacation, but there's nothing like being on my own property. Let Land of Land help you get your own property today. Some of the best deals you're going to find is going to be through them because they know every state. They know the best deals. They have auctions that you can even look at. And again, the quickest ways to close. Check out the link below, Land of Land Inc. I know one thing. There's nothing better than having something tangible, and there's nothing better than land, because guess what? They're not making any more, and it's always a great investment because it always goes up in value. Thank you, Land of Land Inc., for sponsoring today's video. Talk about America. Dollar General shutting down stores, Big Lots shutting down stores. These are monster, multi-million, even billion-dollar companies shuttering the stores, and that means employees are losing jobs. Now, Big Lots, that's a store that, of course, I don't think that you would say is a necessity, as in living your life. It's a store that a lot of people shopped in. But let's think about Dollar General for a second. If they start shutting down stores, and they're saying that we have lost a major market share, do you realize Dollar Generals were built to help lower income families and also rural families, especially in areas that don't have a lot of access to big cities and big towns and a lot of supermarkets or groceries? When you start seeing Main Street stores shuttering, and again, Big Lots and Dollar General catered to more of the middle class or lower class individuals in America. When you start seeing that, that means people are not spending money. One thing I realized, me and Misty, I told you we were on this overnight trip just for a day. It was just a way, just kind of a date day. One thing we realized really quickly was even on Labor Day weekend, even in areas that I wouldn't consider tourists, but areas that tend to have a lot of visitors, there was hardly no one there. Restaurants were vacant, parking lots I could pull right into, and you know good as I do, on vacation times like Labor Day weekends, times before school starts, and especially restaurants that are known, or stores that are known, you usually have to park way away. No, we were able to park, get right in every store that we wanted to. And the sad thing, as we were talking, was, is this the economy that we want? That people can't afford to do the things they want to do? Not saying that they have to go out and eat or go on vacations. That's not what I'm saying. That's not important as a necessity like groceries, like Dollar Generals. But the point of what I'm saying is our economy is failing, and we hear from the stock market, or we hear from lawmakers that it's all getting better. Well, the truth is is that inflation's not going down, and the cost of things are not going down. I got an email yesterday from one of our subscribers, and they said, would they talk about inflation going down? They were from Oklahoma. They said, inflation's not going down. At Walmart, they buy organic farm-raised eggs. They're basically cage-free eggs. 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, the individual sent me pictures, snippets. Now, they were like $2 or $3. Last year, they were $3.20. This year, they're $7 still. She said it went up last year and then went back down, but did not go down to a point of staying down to that $2 and $3 mark. And now it's back up to $6 and $7 for the same 18 pack of eggs. Now, that's one thing. If everything that you're buying from a grocery store is up $2 or $3, or just a few cents, think of how much that impacts you. Is this the economy that we truly want in America? When we see leadership like we have, Biden has taken up about 45% of time that he is supposedly the president on vacation. So who actually is running America? Kamala is all over America campaigning, and she's saying, hey, we're going to put a good foot forward. Well, if she's the VP and Biden's on vacation 40% of the time, what has she been doing? What have we been paying a salary for a vice president for? So either there's no point in vice presidents because they don't do anything, is what we're either seeing for the last 4 years, or she's done a lot and screwed up our economy with the help of Biden and with the help of leadership like we've got, and ultimately that shows what's going to happen for the next 4 years. So it's a lose-lose. Either you have a worthless VP, or you had a VP that backed the system that has now put us in a tumultuous situation across the world, with the Houthi situation in the Red Sea, with the fact of no one respecting our soldiers, with the fact of Russia changing nuclear situations, the fact Turkey leaving and going to BRICS. We're not respected, we're weakened. And now Dollar General is shutting down locations. Big Lots shutting down locations. What's the next shoes to drop? We talked about Walmart shutting down several stores. These are the kind of stores that help people make it. Small towns in rural America. I mean, in Mississippi, I know we don't have a lot of mom and pop grocery stores. Most of them are chains. So all of a sudden, if Dollar Generals and Walmarts and Big Lots and things like that start shutting down or raising prices to make it, can we make it? And is this what we want for the next 4 years? There's also 2 reports that came out saying that there's several states that's going to try to push back against some of these energy raises that's going to be happening. Winter always brings up new prices. Well, he said because of this administration, a lot of energy companies are saying that their rates are going to skyrocket in the winter this month. Now, we're going to be doing another video soon talking about the food, about stockpiling. We talked about that this weekend, and with everything that went on, we were not able to do that video. So it's coming up, but also we're going to talk about energy. What can we do to save money on energy? Because they're saying energy could possibly go up 18 to 25% at least for winter across the nation. Are you ready for that? I mean, think about that. We just talked about the cost of goods being up. We talked about the fact that people are shuttering stores because people can't shop and pay for things. And all of a sudden, to heat our home or to cool our home or to cook, it's going to go up by 25%. All because of bad policies of trying to embrace this alternative energy instead of embracing the blessings of what God gave us, which is gas and oil, petroleum. Or with the fact of splitting up big corporations to make for smaller entities for competition for energy. Did you know, for us, I get so upset because we have one energy company in our area. So if they want to set policy to charge us what they want, all they got to do is lobby our government, because ultimately there's no competition. So if we have bad leadership, we have big businesses monopolizing with the fact that they're going to go up on pricing, with the fact that the businesses like Dollar General or Walmart or Big Lots, all the companies that help the lower and middle income struggling, what's to say that it's going to get easier for low and middle class families in America? Now I want to tell you some good news. And this is where I want us to really camp out. We see that the tide is turning a little bit. We see that there's some good laws passing. But it's still a fight. After the DNC, Kamala, her numbers actually went down. It shows that people are not backing her. Her camp even came back and said, instead of talking substance, they're going to talk about how bad Trump is for America. So what they're saying is, even in the debates, instead of talking about their policies and how great they're going to be for America, they're going to just try to degrade Trump instead of actually talking about substance and solutions. Again, we need solutions to the problems that we have in America and across the world. It takes great leadership. Well, people are starting to wake up, no matter if you love or hate him. Again, 12 of the last 16 years have been ran by Democrats, and it's been ran in the ground. Trump had 3.5 basically good years that he was here, and our economy was in better shape. We were more energy independent, and we actually did not see a struggling economy. So therefore, why don't we give him a chance again? People are starting to wake up. The polls are actually turning in Trump's favor. Now, that doesn't mean lax and take this as good advice, because to be honest with you, you can't trust polls. But what I do think it shows is when these cities are falling to pieces, like Chicago, I mean, again, Venezuelan migrants taking over certain parts of Chicago. Not only that, Denver and Aurora, like we talked about yesterday. People say, oh, that's just fake. It's not fake. People are talking about this. They're in these neighborhoods, and they're showing videos, and they're showing, and they're actually recording 911 calls to prove that this is happening. Now, We need to start seeing these problems for what they are. It's not about doom and fear and negativity. It's about seeing the real problems for what they are. How you solve that, of course, is get a better situation at home and start waking up to the fact that you cannot put your proverbial head in the sand. But also we have to elect people that actually is making good policy. Just because there's a D or R behind their name doesn't mean they're actually doing things for us. There's a new law that looks like in Oklahoma that Stitt, who is a Republican, is supposed to be helping migrants more. It's helping Americans. Go back and look at that. That was a Breitbart story. So even if they have an R behind their name, that doesn't mean they're actually helping us. I think that's what makes Trump, RFK, Tulsi, all these people more likable. Vivek, because what it is, no matter what, is they're pushing against this two-party establishment parties. And it's showing that people on the ground can say, you know what, we can back people who just want to support American views, American people. And what's so funny is these are rich people doing it. They're against the establishment. So I love seeing what Trump is doing. I love hearing that he's talking about solutions more than just problems. He's learned to talk about solutions than just Kamala, because that's exactly what Kamala's doing. She's trying to throw rocks and throw shade at Trump instead of actually talking about what she can do to help America. Because everyone knows, they've seen the last 4 years. We see the stories that we're hearing now about these cities in peril. We see the problems with our school systems. We see the problem across the world. What that shows is Kamala is not meant to lead us. So the polls are showing that now. Trump is making inroads. Now it's time for us to be proactive instead of reactive and keep pushing forward the narrative that we need American leadership to be strong and not just some typical politician, even with the RD behind their name. We do not need to be blinded by what they say. We need to see action with their walk. It's kind of like Kamala. She's saying that she's going to do all these great things. Well, what has she done for the last 4 years? As I said before, what's the point in the VP if she's done nothing for 4 years? Well, either she's done nothing for 4 years or she's done a lot in 4 years and it's just showing exactly what she's done. Put us in a deeper hole. So this is encouraging, but don't be mistaken. These cities are burning down. Our nation looks like it's going into war each and every day with Russia or with us or with other main players across the world. Instead of all that, we should be focused on America, securing our borders, building our economy up, and letting the American people feel that we care for them and that American leadership cares for Americans. That's who put them there. We're seeing a movement towards Trump now. It's amazing to see that there is good news in the polls. It is good that people are starting to wake up and see that Kamala's not even talking to the media anymore. She's not talking about her agendas. And the agendas that she's put out is actually blown up in her face, like the price gouging and the overtaxation. It's time to wake up and start letting people see what truth is. These headlines, they're scary. We have Chicago and Aurora, Denver areas literally falling to migrants. Well, that wouldn't happen if we hadn't had open border policy. We see BRICS leaving the dollar. Well, it wouldn't happen if we quit spending like we have. Russia wouldn't be wanting to change their codes if we wouldn't have tried to go to war with them, basically using a proxy with Ukraine. We wouldn't have had the problems with servicemen getting attacked if we'd have done something about showing a strong American leadership and military versus a weakened one, especially when you compare it to Afghanistan and the situation there. It made America look weak. We can't even defend the Red Sea situation with shipping. The Houthi are making fools of us. All because weak leadership. Our president, wherever he's at, he's on a beach probably somewhere. 40-something% of this presidency, 4 years, has been vacationing. Our vice president says it's not her fault. She's trying to distance herself. This is the America we're going to have for the next 4 years, or it will get worse, especially if we allow Kamala to win. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this whole situation. Again, our goal is to talk about the issues so we can get a common sense approach and a wise approach to making better decisions as Americans. Guys, thank you for watching. God bless.